You know what's crazy? We talk about betrayal like it's something people do to us, but the real betrayal is what we have done to ourselves. We betray what it means to be human. We let ego replace empathy, we let pride kill love, and somewhere along the line, we start choosing to be right instead of to be real. And that's how we lose things that once made us feel alive. We stopped listening to understand, we listened to defend. And I guess this is the human experience we live in nowadays. We stopped loving to connect, but we love to be validated. And I think this is where the whole thing shifts into the negative atmosphere of social media and its presence, and what it has done to our mind and our soul and our spirit. And every argument becomes a battle of who cares less, like showing emotions mean that you've lost. We ghost people who touch our soul just to prove that we're unbothered. We push away those who saw the best in us because our ego can't handle being seen for real. And then we call that self-respect. But deep down it's fear. It's fear of being hurt, fear of being wrong, and fear of being vulnerable. It's not strength. It's avoidance. And the irony? We end up hurting ourselves more than anyone else. More than anyone ever could. You know, the human experience was supposed to be about connection, about feeling deeply, even when it hurts. But now we run away from anything that challenges our pride. We let good people slip away because they didn't match our energy. We post quotes about letting go for peace, when in reality, we're really just scared to face the mirror. And I think the saddest part is realizing how often we destroy things that hold meaning just because they didn't fit our timeline or our image of control. And sometimes we don't lose people because love wasn't there. We lose them because we're too focused on being seen as strong, instead of being honest. And the world calls that growth. But maybe it's just sabotage in disguise. See, the ego whispers, we don't need them. Pride says, you're better off alone. But the heart just sits there quietly, waiting for us to remember. Waiting for us to remember that real connection doesn't come easy. It demands humility, and it demands honesty. It demands showing up even when your ego is screaming for you to run. And when we don't, we start living half lives surrounded by noise, empty victories, fake smiles, and temporary highs. We trade meanings for a distraction. We call it moving on, but really, it's just escaping. You're escaping your feelings. You're escaping the real human experience, the connection that you've built. And that's where I stand apart from this whole world that we live in. Everyone's chasing superficial level of dopamine hits. And no one is willing to go into extreme depth to figure out why things happen, why we say the things we say, why we behave the way we behave. All of a sudden, everything has become about competition. Who does it better? Who feels better? Who moves on faster? How we can distract ourselves from feeling that ache in our heart, from demanding the real human experience. You see, everyone acts like they're fine, like losing something real doesn't hurt. But late at night, when the phone's off, when no one's watching, that's when the truth shows up. You think about the conversations left unfinished, the apologies never said, the moments where your pride told you to stay quiet. That's the part of the human experience that we've betrayed the most. The ability to feel regret and do something about it. We'd rather stay numb than admit we miss someone. But missing someone doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. So maybe the real evolution isn't becoming stronger. Maybe it's becoming softer again. To forgive ourselves. To say what we mean before it's too late. To stop pretending we don't care. Because all this pride is just an armor. It protects us from pain. But it also blocks love. It blocks peace and growth. And at the end of the day, That's how we portray the human experience, not by losing others, but by losing ourselves.